Alright, this is going to be a review of the Vaxee Outset AX. If you don't know who Vaxee is, they're the old designers of ZOWIE mice. They basically left, made their own company. I'm sure a lot of people know that, but I just wanted to get that out of the way just to start. Now, getting into the actual mouse, this comes in at $60, 80 grams, $33.89, Huano 10M switches, no software at all. Everything's on the mouse. You have your DPI, you have your polling rate, and you have your debounce. I absolutely love that. I think more companies need to do that. I hate having to download softwares from companies. It's just a pain. It's just terrible. So I absolutely love that. Performance-based mouse, absolutely love that. Now, getting into the sound test. Right and left click. Side buttons. Scroll wheel. Alright, so the right and left click are absolutely amazing. The Huano 10Ms feel amazing. No pre-travel at all. As you can see, they are literally instant. They do have some post-travel, but that is actually on purpose to make the clicks feel a little bit more cushioned out, and they feel amazing in-game. I mean, the post-travel definitely actually helps, I think, in-game. They feel absolutely amazing. There is no real wobble concerns. You can definitely make them wobble, but nothing you're going to feel in-game at all. Side buttons, same thing. Instant. I mean, to me, they feel a lot like these ZOWIE S series side buttons. Not light. They're just straight to the point. You definitely have that feedback. They're amazing. Scroll wheel. I mean, as you could hear, ZOWIE style scroll wheel. This is going to be, as you notice, a ZOWIE style mouse. Just, I think, a little bit more modernized and definitely a lot nicer. So 24 step, which is different from ZOWIE. ZOWIE's 16 step. Very tactile, but it is recessed a lot. As you can see, you can barely see the scroll wheel coming out. Taking something like the G Pro Wireless, yeah. So in game, I found that this was an amazing feature. I absolutely loved it because it was just easy. I could slide my finger over. Browsing, I did not like it. It felt really weird. I felt like my finger was kind of enclosed. Like, it was just a really weird feeling. Because as soon as I moved over a little bit, I had the button. In game, though, it felt absolutely amazing. Going on to this cable, even before I talk about the shape or anything, going on to this cable. A lot of people have been hyping these cables up. Not these cables in general, just a little bit of stiffer cables. I know that's like kind of a trend now. Get rid of the paracords, get stiffer cables because they stay in front of your mouse, and with a bungee, they're supposed to feel a little bit better. I just don't agree with that way of thinking. I personally prefer paracords. I've never had an instance where the paracord slipped under my mouse, unless I'm literally picking my mouse up every 2 seconds. So, I mean, personally, that's not an issue for me. I prefer paracords. I don't like thick cables. I can still feel it in a bungee, although this one isn't too bad in a bungee, but you still know it's there. So I would definitely paracord this, but the cable is definitely not going to break on you. This is a thick cable. So, yeah, getting onto the feet. Then I'm going to talk about the shape. They're average. I also see a lot of people hyping these feet up. I personally don't really like these. I've been using this on a Hayate Ku, and they just don't feel very good. I don't know if they're better on faster pads, but I don't like the feel of them. They just feels a little bit muddy to me, I think. So I would definitely replace them, but I mean, that's not the end of the world. Like $6 or $7, maybe $8. So that's not really an issue to me. But they also do sell thicker ones on their website, so that's pretty good. Getting on to the shape. This is a huge mouse. You're not going to be able to fingertip this mouse no matter what hand size you are. I couldn't even claw this thing. I'm like 17.4 to 17.7, somewhere in that area. Too big. It engulfs your hand too much. It's a 43 millimeter tall mouse, 117 millimeters long, 65 in the back, 59 at the grip width. Huge mouse. And the only grips I could get on this was a tilt grip and a palm, and both of those were extremely comfortable. But still, I think even palming, this mouse is too big for me. It's definitely similar to the EC, but there are a few key differences. It hugs your hand a lot more, way taller. And on the EC, I don't know if you can really notice this. There's kind of like this drop off, not really a drop off, but like a right here. On an EC mouse, this fully goes down, and I feel like this it's really hard to explain. It kind of allows your hand to really stay on the mouse. It's really weird. I know it seems minimal, but I guarantee you it definitely helps. Keep your hand fully engulfed in the mouse. This was not meant for, I don't think, claw really or fingertips. So, I mean, I guess it's doing what it's good at. It's going to be good for tote grippers and palmers. This is a huge mouse. So, I would just say if you're a big handed person, you need to look into this. And if you palm or tote grip, definitely you need to look into this. Average size hand, you could still probably get away with a palm or some type of relaxed claw. I could not even get into a really aggressive claw with this thing. The hump was just way too big. So, I mean, so for me, obviously, this was not a perfect fit for me, but I could see where a lot of people would love this. And getting onto the weight, this mouse is so big, the weight doesn't even matter. It feels probably around 70 grams. I mean, the weight distribution is perfect. So, yeah. No need to worry about the weight at all. Just absolutely amazing mouse. And obviously no issues with the sensor. It's a 3389. Everything is going to be fine. So, yes, I do recommend this mouse. Absolutely amazing. Even at the weight, you do not need to worry about that. As long as you palm or tilt grip and have bigger handed or have a bigger hand, you're going to love this mouse. Performance based, built perfectly, no flex, no creaking, no nothing. Amazing. That's going to be the end of this video. Peace. Follow my Twitter. It's going to be in the description.